Ladies and gentlemen, the midshipman candidates of the class of 2028. Ladies and gentlemen, the leadership detail for the class of 2028. Detail. Attention! Midshipman candidates, rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Commander Creditor, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy.
Let us pray. To the one who is known to us by many names. When we stand on a threshold of transformation, it is no surprise if we ask ourselves, do I belong here? Am I capable of conquering the challenges that lie ahead? Sacred One, help these plebes to recognize the answer that exists in the depths of their souls. They are here because inside of each of them beats the heart of a warrior, standing at the ready to learn the skills it takes to serve and lead. That they will be challenged, and their convictions and faith will be the cornerstones of their success. And we, your detailers, leadership, staff, faculty, family, will walk alongside you always. Through the words of Isaiah, we make this promise to you. When you pass the waters, we will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame kindle upon you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Midshipman candidates, be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the officer in charge of the 4th Regiment, 4th Class Regiment, Captain LaDonna Simpson, United States Navy. She will now administer the leadership oath to all plebe summer detailers.
Detailers, raise your right hand. Having been selected a member of the plebe summer detail, do you swear and/or affirm that you will train the candidates who stand before you to the best of your ability, that you will develop them into basically trained midshipmen who are smartly disciplined, morally sound, mentally and physically fit, and thoroughly indoctrinated in love of country and a sense of honor, that you will demand of them and demonstrate by your own example the highest standards of professional conduct, honor, morality, and professional skill, that you will teach and exemplify the midshipman ethos, and that you will ensure that they are well prepared to take their place as members of the brigade at the conclusion of their training.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce the 65th Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy, Vice Admiral Yvette Davids, United States Navy.
Good evening. As Superintendent, it is my distinct privilege to welcome you to the United States Naval Academy and into our Naval Academy family. I am honored to welcome the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Congressman Mike and Mrs. Johnson, Ambassador Louis, Secretary of the Navy and Mrs. Del Toro, my fellow flag and general officers, and our many international dignitaries that join us. And a special welcome to the Class of 28's families and friends, all those watching from across the nation and globe, and most importantly, our Naval Academy Class of 2028. Since 1845, this institution has existed for the purpose of developing leaders of character, integrity, and inspiration. And today, these fine young individuals set sail on that same course. There is an immense pride that we all share in gazing upon these courageous young men and women as we recognize the sheer talent, optimism, and determination and promise each individual holds. Thank you to all of you here today and watching that have inspired, encouraged and guided and mentored these fine young people who are before us today. I realize how special this moment is for you as well. The magnitude of watching these young men and women that you care so much for, who work so hard for this opportunity and are on the cusp of taking an oath that carries the weight of the nation that they have chosen to serve and the promise of a dedication to something greater than themselves. Class of 2028, today is a new beginning for you. You represent 50 states, Washington, D.C., 4 U.S. territories, and 17 international countries. You were chosen for your excellence in the classroom, on the athletic fields, and in the service to your local communities. You were chosen because of your leadership skills and your unbridled potential. And today, you have chosen to embark upon a new and more arduous journey than any of you ever faced before. You will be pushed past your self-perceived limits. You will face adversity head-on, and in the process, you will learn more about yourself and the leader we need you to become every single day. But it is that which we have worked hardest to obtain that we cherish the most. Your motivation and your teamwork, class of 2028, and a positive attitude will be the key to your success. And though there may be times that you may stumble and fall and fail, you will also learn to pick yourselves and your teammates back up. You will try again, and this time you will persevere and you will succeed. Your future sailors and Marines are counting on you to learn this and to develop into the leaders that they can trust and follow. Class of 2028, take a moment to look around you. Go ahead, it's okay. Today, you become classmates. Soon you will become shipmates. And many of those you meet starting today will become your best friends for the rest of your life. The bonds that you forge over this summer and the 4 years that follow will be enormously strong. While here at the Academy, you will learn to depend on each other, encourage each other, and succeed together. For one day, not long from now, you will be serving side by side and relying on those relationships out in the fleet. Our maritime services are steeped in tradition and heritage. We rely on those who have gone before us to help guide the way ahead. Also here today are representatives of the proud class of 1978, the class of 2028's link in the chain. Where are you, 78? They sat in your seats 50 years ago, and they will be with your class at key events throughout your 4-year journey. They serve as a reminder that our Navy and Marine Corps team has, for generations, been led by young men and women who, like you, chose to brave the seas. Class of 28, you heard and have responded to that same call to service. This is honorable and speaks volumes to your character. You are embarking on one of the grandest adventures of your life. Face this adventure with the confidence that you will succeed through your motivation, grit, and optimism, that you belong here, that your classmates' success is your success. Know that you will be led well by your leadership detail in front of you, and that you will always have the immense love and encouragement of your family and friends behind you. This is your time. This is your moment. You will do great things, class of 28. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce our 78th Secretary of the Navy, the Honorable Carlos Del Toro.
Good evening, class of 2028. Oh, you could do better than that. Good evening, class of 2028. And while we're at it, what about class of 1978 was that? I didn't hear you very well. Much better, much better. Speaker Johnson and other many distinguished guests, family, friends, loved ones, and supporters of the plebe sitting before me, thank you for joining us here this evening. And Rabbi, thank you for keeping the rain clouds away. Now, if you could just continue to pray for a little bit of cloud cover, we'll be okay. I know how important friends and family have been in everything that I've achieved in my own life, including attending and graduating from Annapolis in 1983. Your plebes, indeed all of us, owe all of you a debt of gratitude for your hard work, sacrifices, and the encouragement to get them to this moment. And class of 2028, how about a round of applause for your friends, your family, your loved ones who are here today. 45 years ago, I sat in T-Court waiting to take the midshipman oath of office, the same one we will administer to you in just a few moments, swearing my allegiance to the Constitution and committing myself to the ideals and the freedoms that so many of our fellow Americans have for centuries sacrificed their own lives to defend. Here at Annapolis, their names adorn the walls of Memorial Hall behind me, as well as monuments and memorials around the yard, each one giving the last full measure of devotion so that we, our allies, and our international partners may have a chance to live in peace. And while the challenges our nation faced on my I-Day in 1979 were in some ways different than those of today, one constant remains: the need for men and women of honor, courage, and moral character to lead our sailors and our Marines. Plebe Summer is the first of many formative experiences that you will have here at the Naval Academy. The cadre of midshipmen, detailers, faculty, staff with us today stand ready to begin the process of transforming you from civilians, midshipmen candidates, and enlisted service members into midshipmen, a process that will span the next 4 years as you strive to earn your commission in the Navy and the Marine Corps. They will demand your best effort in every task that you are assigned, and I expect them to treat you with the dignity and respect that you deserve as they conduct their new duties. Make no mistake, this journey will not be an easy one. You will be tried, you will be tested, and you will be measured against rigorous academic, physical, and moral standards. And by the time you leave here in 2028, you will be ready to lead at, above, and below the sea, in austere environments around the globe, in cyberspace, and even for a select few of you, in outer space. You will be prepared to bear the strain of the responsibilities, indeed the lives that will be entrusted to you. Today, our fleet and our force are proudly defending our freedoms and those of our international allies and partners around the globe, just as they have done for the past 248 years. In the Red Sea, our sailors and Marines continue to respond valiantly to the threats posed by the Iranian-allied Houthis, defending the lives of innocent civilian merchant mariners and keeping waters critical to the flow of international commerce open. Across Europe, we are in lockstep with our NATO allies in support of our Ukrainian brothers and sisters as they strive to restore their territorial and national sovereignty in the wake of Russia's illegal invasion. They are fighting not just for their own liberty and freedom, they are fighting to protect democracy in Europe and indeed around the world. And we are proud to stand beside them in support of their just and noble cause. Finally, on the other side of the world in the Indo-Pacific, we face a comprehensive maritime power, our pacing challenge of today. The People's Republic of China continues to exert its excessive maritime claims through their Navy, Coast Guard, and maritime militia. We will continue to sail and operate alongside our international allies and partners in support of the rules-based international order that promotes a free and open region, one where all countries are secure in their access to the maritime commons. And just like the sailors and Marines who faithfully serve our nation today around the globe, I have no doubt that you will also do as you protect our values and ideals, continuing a proud legacy of leadership and excellence that have been the hallmarks of a Naval Academy graduate for almost 180 years. You are now the men and women in the arena, serving in the most powerful and capable Navy and Marine Corps in the world. And I know that you will make us all proud. May God bless you, the class of 2028, your loved ones, and our nation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce the 90th Commandant of Midshipmen, Captain Walter H. Allman III, United States Navy. He will now administer the oath of compliance and the oath of office.
International candidates from the class of 2028, please rise. Raise your right hands. And at the conclusion of the oath, acknowledge by responding, I do. Having been admitted as a midshipman at the United States Naval Academy, do you swear or affirm to comply with all regulations of the Academy? Do you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion? So help you God. Please be seated. The class of 2028, please rise. Raise your right hands, and at the conclusion of the oath, acknowledge by responding, I do. Having been appointed a midshipman in the United States Navy, do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which you are about to enter? I do. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Navy Blue and Gold. Candidates rise.